Morning, folks. How you doing? It's only 3:30, so I'm up early to catch the high water. Not going to fish for too long. Just going to hit a spot that I know on the dropping tide. As the tide starts to drop out, we might get a fish or two. And I said I'd just share with you kind of what I'll be focusing my attention on, right? So this time of year, I favour smaller baits, right? So that's the XLR 4.5 inch 500G 5 gram jig head. So even with the slightest bit of tide, what will happen is that bait on that head, particular head, that batchy head, it'll sit up and it'll just waggle around, and anything that's around, it'll catch its attention, right? So I'll fish those both in the channel and tighten the margins and all the rest. Where it gets really weedy and there are big patches of bubbleweed, I'll be throwing something like this, the Mad Slug 130. That's in French Wakasagi. I've also got it in IU. You can see it's got a little, oh, that's a bit of dirt on it there. This is the IU spot. It's got the ripples and stuff. So you can kind of walk the dog with that across the surface if you like, make a bit of splash, and then just let it waggle and what have you. And as I said yesterday, I mean, it's a really hardy bait, right? So you catch a lot of fish on one lure. I want to show you. I'll be giving this guy definitely a run in case there's some smelt in around. You can see the quality of these lures. They are a stick bait, but they also act as a swim bait, right, when you retrieve them. So there's a kind of a motion, swimming motion to them on the retrieve, and that's the raid. That's the bigger one. That's the 5.8. Fantastic in Wakasagi. It's just lovely, natural. Looks very like a sand smelt or something, right? Big smelt or something. And if there's a larger fish around, that'll catch his attention, right? So I'm going to fish that offset because where I'm fishing is quite snaggy. Then I'll have some old favourites, right? Well, I'll be fishing that 5-inch spindleworm in sparkleberry, because again, this spot that I'm in, it holds a lot of immature pollock. They go in there to stay away from the predators. I'll have a selection of I've got some giants in the bag, right, but I've also got a selection of X layers, right? That's 500G IU, which is a lovely colour in fairness. Wakasagi, it's just a little bit lighter. See the way the light catches that green, is lovely, right? Purple belly. Yeah, and that's pretty much it on the colours from the X layer. So as you can see, mostly quite small baits. Other little sandy imitation that I'll definitely be fishing today is this, which is the Live stick, 5-inch. It's just perfect. I mean, you know what I mean? White for the win every time, right? Just love white. It's such a successful colour. And you can see how simple that lure is, but it's so effective. Like so many bass over the years. Just that simple piece of plastic. It's just a movement. And where I'm fishing today, very clear water. So I'll show you the rod and stuff in a minute now. Is there anything else here that you haven't seen? Oh yeah, these little guys, I think are just a business. Just so lifelike, right? Check that out. Little fish roller. Raid are just such a cool company. They really make some nice baits. I mean, seen anything more like a little sprat or a little baby mullet or whatever, you know, just digging in through the weeds and stuff. So we'll be giving that guy a good old fish. That particular head, that batchy, is for kind of bumping him on the bottom, but I'll also have him on a very light coyote so I can get it to dart, right? What's next on the agenda? Yeah, my favorite of them all. I will be fishing this guy. This is the first lure that's going on. Dark sleeper, right? Motsuguro. So lifelike, especially in clean water conditions. I'll be using Tenru 16-pound fluorocarbon. Good long length of it, good long fluoro, good long leader. So you need to tie a knot that can shoot through your top eye, right? So it's got to be really nice and neat. But that guy there just does the business, and I'll be throwing a good dab of Halco Estuary scent onto all of these lures. With these guys, I like to put the scent in here. That just seems to hold better, right? Because you get your hook covered up and it's giving off a bit of stink. And just let it sit and kind of twitch it up off the bottom every now and again. Once the current starts to run though, it'll do the work for you. Right? Again, I'll be fishing some creature baits, right? I'll be fishing both the sleeper craw and this guy, the Mojo craw from Fishos. Again, both are getting doused in scent. Well, really nice. That's on the, it's on a batchy head, but I'm actually gonna go up before I go. I'm gonna get some red fellas as well, and I'm gonna get some net heads, some BKK net heads, because they're just really good to get them to sit up. I'm also gonna fish this guy from Megabass, right? Where I'm fishing, there are a lot of immature gilt head bream, and there's little doubt that the bass are taking, especially the bigger fish, are taking their share of those. And this sleeper gill is an excellent, that's it, an IU. It's just an excellent imitation of it, right? It's such a clever design, like not only is the hook hidden, but this upturned nose, it means you can bump along the bottom and not really get snagged up, you know. You hear lots about the dark sleeper, not so much about the sleeper gill. I know Dan from the UK likes this sleeper gill. He fishes it quite a bit. Right, then we'll be turning to some old favorites. I just love this combination. Okay, so that's 10-gram head, and that is a tinsel brown 5-inch 1-up shot. So just in case where I'm fishing, what happens is you've got an estuary with a channel. Well, it's 2 channels, and kind of in between those 2 channels, it's all covered over, right? And it's a sandbank, but sandbank's quite shallow. So within an hour of the drop, that sandbank is starting to empty, but the fish are in on that sandbank on the high water, so they get forced off it. Now, if you're sat there in the boat with with the Polaroids on you, you can see them coming, right? And what they do is they're literally running in the foot of water and they drop into the channels and on they go, right? But if you know it well enough, I know where there's a hole that a few fish sit into and they just sit there, and as the water rushes off the sandbank, they're waiting for anything that's getting swept past them. So like little crustaceans, little gobies, sand eel, small pollock, anything. And I mean, you don't get a lot of fishing, but but you get that 1 hour, that window, right? And that only comes with fishing the absolute life out of some place and just kind of learning it, and knowing and kind of figuring out what was going on and figuring out your marks over time. Like, why are the fish where they are when they're there, if you know what I mean. Um, so lots of the stuff I've showed you now has been supernatural looking, but I'm also going to bring some stuff that's totally unnatural, that just stands out a bit and might just catch the attention, particularly of fish that are not super switched on. I think sometimes you can get a reaction strike, something just annoys them and they get territorial or whatever and they'll just snap at it and you'll get your chance. So that's a 4-inch spindleworm. I mean, spindleworm is just such a versatile, useful bait, right? But that's it on a 10 gram 3/0 coyote head. You can see they're just lovely matched together, right? I can fish that in so many different ways. I can fish it right down deep, or I can fish it up and get it to kind of, with just a little chip of the rod. But again, you need to have the right rod to get these things to work. This guy I have rigged today on a slightly heavier head because the hole is quite a ways out, so I want to be able to hit that 1-up slug out there. I love the 1-up slug because it's just got a bit more profile. I love that color, by the way, baby bass. It's just, I mean, there's a reason why it's the most popular color in France, right? Especially for clear water fish. Okay, so that's it. I won't ramble on anymore about lures, except for just to show you this guy. I wish I could fish more. I really do. I'm delighted to be getting out for an hour now this morning, to be honest with you. Oh, obviously I'm going to be fishing my own baits, by the way. So that's the power slide there, hooked up on decoy. Yeah, decoy 2.5 gram. Weighted in the back, so it's going to fall backwards, right? Superb. Hopefully, I'll video. Have the GoPro show. I'll get some shots of it in action. So I brought a few colours. I brought white. I brought Ollie orange. Here you are now, Gerard. You inspired me, you did, with your Ollie orange. Just let me get that up close so you can see the detail and that lovely bit of sparkle in that, right? And my personal favourite, which is Gold Shiner. So it's just gold and a nice bit of sparkle running through it, right? Actually have, oh yeah, I brought one with me. Love this one. Really natural, just almost translucent green and just a little bit of silver sparkle thrown in there. Absolutely smashing, just lovely. So and people were asking about the lure I caught that other bass on there that I stuck up the other day. There it is there. It's the Madness Madfin. A wonderful lure. Problem is they're very, very soft, right? So, that's on a 6/0 hook, by the way. So it's quite a lure, but really, really something else in the water. Okay, I kind of compare it to very similar to what we're making ourselves, to be honest with you, except ours are a bit more durable, but equally as effective, to be honest with you. Um, and then uh, finally, worth a mention, I want to show you this head. This is the Bay Rough head from Duo, right? So you can see the ribs on it that get the bait, and that's a one-up slug in Secret Awashi. Lovely colour, isn't it? I mean, just look at that. That camera coming into focus. There we go. Look at that. I mean, it's just a lovely colour. Really is. I like Secret Awashi in lots. I like it in the spindle worm. I like it in the little mad eel 90. I love it in the Estuary. So, and then on that head, it's going to dart around the place quite a bit. So that'll be getting fished. And then I will also be trying, I love these heads as well. Just get that to focus for you. Sorry now. It doesn't seem to want to focus on that head for whatever reason. Strange. Oh, there we go. So love those heads, right? That's the Evo head. It's designed for the mad eel, but I use it on all sorts. And that there it is on a 4-inch. Oh, there it is in focus now. On a 4-inch spindle worm and IU, right? Which got that lovely little bit of chartreuse in the belly and lovely green back. Okay, so, and then I will have again, very, very simple BR fish, 4-inch, and the BR head, the Bay Rough head from Duo. So you can see why that'll work, right? I mean, look at the plastic, it's so finesse, right? I mean, for clear water fishing, it's just ideal. So that's it on the soft baits, right? As ever, I will go nowhere without one of my favorites. Yeah, so I'm bringing a 16 gram in red and pink. It might be just solid red actually, but that lure has caught me so many fish. Right, just does nothing. Just stay in touch with it. Let it just do its thing, and really nicely rigged with cyst, and then you can see extra trebles off the back, right? So bring that with me then, some spare 1-ups to have a bit of variety and colour and stuff. Mad plug spare. So I just wanted to show you, all of those go in here, right into the Megabass clear pouch. It is so handy to have one of these, right? I can put I'll have my clips in here, my fluorocarbon in here, right? In this front piece here. So if I open it up, you see I have a front pouch here, right? So nothing gets lost, right? And then I don't have to rummage around like looking for stuff, because I already know where it is because it's clear. So I'm able to just do it with minimal fuss. Really easy to carry, much lighter than a box, you know, and keeps your plastics in good order, right? Be warned though, remember, certain plastics don't mix, and if you put the wrong plastics in together, you'll end up with a hot mess that you don't want on your hands, right? So in terms of, now I'm not just gonna, that's a lot of plastics, right? So But in terms of hard lures, what am I bringing? So I'll be bringing a couple of different colours. I need to go back upstairs. But I will be bringing my favourite Z claw. One of my favourites anyway. I'll be bringing the white Z claw, definitely. It's caught me fish from over 10 pounds to a pound. I mean, it's just such a versatile lure, right? I mean, I love the little bucket pink on the nose there. I don't know. Does it make any difference? I don't know. But I know that white is one of my favourite colours. Like, it's just so effective. I will be bringing the feed shallow in Wakisaji, right? I mean, I've never seen a lure that looks more like a sand smelt. If you've ever seen a sand smelt up close, right? And the estuary I'm fishing is literally loaded with sand smelts. I'll be bringing one of my favourite hard lures this year is the saltwater spearhead Ryuki. So it's the very same design as the little Ryukis we're using for the big brown trout, except it's aimed at saltwater fishing, and that there, the colour and everything. I mean, I think it's supposed to be a sardine, but it gives a good imitation of a little sea trout, and big bass like to munch small sea trout. So I'll be hitting that, and possibly my favourite hard lure of all time, the DC-12. I mean, just an absolute classic. It fishes so shallow, I can fish it anywhere, right? So that's one half. Oh yeah, and least we forget the Don Baloney 100, 10 grams. Literally casts like a bullet. For a 10-gram lure, I mean, it just flies out. Okay, I'm only bringing one box of hard lures because you could spend your life. The other, again, spearhead Ryuki, this time in a slightly different colour, imitated sand smelts, so gold and silver, so that's called IU, that one. Beautiful. To finish it off, Flashy Shad 115. Right, I love that lure. You can fish it so slow, especially in the current. Just it steps so wide when you twitch it, right? So let me show you very quickly the rod I'm using. So I've opted for 7.5 foot 722 10 to 35 gram. Why I like it short for the estuary is it just gives you so much control. You know, I don't need a big long rod when I'm fishing the estuary, right? Just trying to give you an idea of the length of the leader I'm fishing. So that leader is still inside in the rod, right? So there's a good 6 foot of leader there anyway, right? Because it really is clear water. Now, not necessarily at night time, but I'll be fishing the change of light. You can see the power that's in that rod just from the bend there. Look, it's phenomenal, and that's matched up with a little Sustain 3000. Lovely little reel, and on it I have 16 pound Ultimate Fishing braid, which I love. It's really smooth, very easy to fish, and it really does what it says on the tin. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Yeah, so hopefully we meet a fish. I mean, who knows? It's fishing, right? And to be honest, I'm not going to be fishing for very long because I'm going to box clever and not push the boat out unnecessarily. So, what I love about these pouches is I have two of them, right? So I'm able to go through, pick what I want for the day, and then change over, right? Throw everything else back into the other pouch, and it just minimises. I mean, there's literally no mess. I mean, look at the size of that. That's the 6-inch. That's the 6-inch spindle worm. I will not be fishing that today. No, it's not that I wouldn't fish it, but I wouldn't fish it on that rod. I mean, it's an absolute monster, right? But the boys from the UK seem fairly taken with it, so we'll take them at their word. So yeah, that's it, guys. Oh, there's a head and a lure I want. There's another head. I don't want that lure, but I want that head. So I'm just going to transfer everything over, whatever, and get going. High water is about 5 o'clock or whatever, so I have time for a bit of breakfast and stuff. So yeah, I'll be at the show on Saturday with full range of kit. I'll also be selling off some of my display models. So cash is king, right? So bring some cash with you, because I've already paid the VAT and them and stuff. So I also have some second-hand rods and some new rods to sell, but I will be able to take card as well, hopefully. That system will work, but you're safer with cash, just in case the card system goes down or whatever, because I don't know what the signal is like up at Adair Springs. I know last year I asked someone, could they take, or a year before, could they take card, and they were like, no. Something to do with the signal wasn't strong enough or something. So but I will be out of Adair Springs. I'll have a full range of stuff with me. The other thing I'm thinking of is IMA. I'm looking at bringing in IMA. So give me your thoughts on that. Tell me what you think of IMA. I'm looking at a few models. Some models I really like that I fished myself. I fished Komomo 120. That's the strength model. It's the long guy. It's lovely. The Suzuki, the Reaper, and the Suzuki strength. So the difference, one is 3 trebles, the other is 2. Both 120 mil. Topwater wise, I'm looking at the Pukachev. Pukachev is an absolutely cracking little lure. 90 mil. The Chappie 80 as well for Topwater. It's a nice small little lure, casts a long way. They're just a bit more affordable, the IMA, you know. They're not as expensive as some of the other lures, and they're really effective, and they fish very shallow. I mean, look at Cormac Walsh there in Wexford. Look how well he does on the IMA. There's the one I wanted to show you, right? So there's the 5 gram coyote head on with 5-inch 1-up slug, right? So look at the profile, look how thin it is, right? So that will just literally dart from side to side in the current when you twitch the rod, right? So you twitch the rod, it'll switch to one side, twitch it again, it'll pull back, and like that. It's just smashing. I was looking for that. So that saves me a trip upstairs. And oh, look, curly X there. Love the curlies, they're just fantastic. So that's it, guys, for today. Wish me luck. I haven't been fishing in a long time, so it's great to be getting back out. As I say, I'm not going to fish for long because the last time I did, I made myself very sick, and I don't want to take that risk. But I would like to get out for a little bit and just give it a try. So thanks again for all your support. Everything you see here today is available in the shop, www.seabassfishingireland.com, or Copper Coast Lures. If you type in Copper Coast Lures, is the name of the company. Yeah, everything you see, including this guy, which is the Raid Fantastic 4.8. I mean, it's just a beautiful little lure. You know, I really love these kind of stick bait lures that you cast and just allow to swing in the current and stuff. You know, bit like an Evo Bass Lance, but just has a little bit more of a swim bait action, because it's got these joints in it, right? That allow the lure to move, and then it's got this very, if I up close on the tail, you'll be able to see the incredible detail on the tail, right? It's got a joint on the tail, so even if I let that sit on the bottom, that tail will continue to waggle around and stuff and get blown around in the current. So yeah, really looking forward to fishing that. So that's it, guys. If you're out fishing at all today, I know it's still the weekend, so tight lines. I wish you well. I hope you nail a monster. If you do, let me know. And thanks again for all your support. It's really appreciated. We'll talk to you soon, and hopefully come and say hello at Adair Springs. I'd love to talk to you. Okay, take it easy. Bye bye.